Hey, gardening group. I just thought I'd post a video of what I've got growing here in my small little yard, small little community, HOA community. So not much yard, not much room, but I think I've got a lot going for what I have here. Um, I'll start out over here. As far as I have several ornamentals and stuff here on my patio. But as far as food goes, I got an Australian finger lime growing right here. A lot of flower buds that already had bloomed and set lots of fruit. I don't know if you can see one here. But this thing's loaded up, probably 50 to 100 fruit on here. So we'll see. I had a crop before from one in ground that I'll show you in a little bit. But they never really matured. They didn't get very big at all, and they weren't too great as far as flavor goes. But yeah, that's what I got there. Gardenia here. I've got a Snow Queen hibiscus. No flowers yet, but the leaves are pretty cool looking when they're new. They're white and pink in color. Around the corner from it here, I've got this awesome hibiscus. I think it's called the white wing. I can't remember for sure the name, but really small, delicate flowers, beautiful flowers. And every once in a while, it'll decide to throw out a pink one too, which is kind of cool. Some palm trees. Like the artwork and the decorative stuff in the yard too. It kind of helps make the garden come together and look nice. Got some different types of palms from what is that? The Canary Island date palm to the little pygmy palm behind it there up on the raised wall, and then a couple queen palms across the back of the pool. Coming this way. Again, I started out decorating with a lot of ornamentals after I built the pool. In spring of 2017, and I wanted it to have a tropical feel, so I got this bamboo I seen at Lowe's, and I started doing a little research to see if we could even grow bamboo here because I like the look of it. And this is really what started my whole hobby here, is this bamboo. And unfortunately, I didn't know anything about them, but it is obviously not a clumping variety. I planted a small little bush here, and it's spread clear down. I pull it out of the ground all the time, little roots shooting up all the way down by my bananas here. But yeah, so that's what started it all. But going back over here, so I built this little ornamental flower bed. Let's see if I can get there we go, a wide angle shot of it. I got some hibiscus in there. I've got some canna lilies in there. And I've got vincas. There's right here is zebra grass and a tropical bird of paradise, which hasn't flowered yet, but it's been staying alive through a couple summers, so I'm happy about that. And then up on the wall behind it here, this is my this one here to the left, furthest to the left here is Maui Exora, beautiful kohler. Oh, I can't say it. Kohler? I don't Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Kohler, like coral colored flowers. That's what I wanted to say. Sorry about that. And then next to it is my second finger lime that I have, and this is just started putting out some new growth and some flower buds, so we'll see if I get a crop from this. And then to the right of it here, back up a little, is my Barbados cherry or acerola cherry tree, and it's just loaded up right now, probably over 100 flowers on it. It's pretty good size. Hopefully I can get them before the birds do. And right next to that would be my favorite tree in the whole yard, which is a rainbow eucalyptus tree. Not much color going on right now. Usually it maybe a month ago it started having some color and shedding of the bark, and now it's kind of starting to brown up and stop shedding as much. But a couple times a year it really starts showing its color. But as soon as it gets more mature, expect it to show a lot more colors. Another Maui Exora with those coral colored flowers. And see here, got snail vine on this wall, and I've got in a raised grow bag 3 different varieties of tomato, Roma little cherry tomatoes, and then there's another one, I can't remember the name of it for sure. Let's see, they are called sunrise sauce tomatoes, which I have no idea what those taste like. I'm not the biggest vegetable fan. My wife will eat vegetables more than I do, but so I planted these for her, as well as what I'm going to show you next here is this raised bed that her and I put together with my son. And in here I've got a tomatillo plant, several cucumbers, several different types of bell pepper, onions, the green onions, and then they call it peaches and cream corn. I do like corn, so we'll see how that turns out. As well as some strawberries, and I threw some seeds. I know it's probably way overpacked because nothing's mature yet, but we'll see what happens. But I also did throw some cantaloupe seeds in there, and I think one of these seedlings is starting to come up right there, so that'll be interesting. And then I'm going to bring it here to my side yard. I got my little banana bin, or corral, I call it. I built this little raised brick thing to kind of keep all the mulch and everything in and kind of make it, tidy it up. But yeah, bananas are waking back up for the spring, doing pretty well, as well as all that new growth on that bamboo. About this time of year, every year so far, it's shot up. New growth, higher and thicker each year, so that'll be good. And a couple more grow bags over here. I've got jalapeno and habanero, and then I got this from one of our fellow gardeners in the group, John. Traded them for a banana pup, but this is an ever-bearing mulberry tree, and it's really taken off. It was about half the size when I got it from him. So looking forward to trying those for the first time. Nothing fruiting yet though. Walking down the path here, I've got several ornamental flowers. I've got some pineapple that I brought back the tops from Kauai. I've got 3 of them in the ground. I've just rooted all the tops, and they're called white sugarloaf pineapple. You can eat the entire core, everything. It's not as fibrous, extra super sweet. They're just super delicious. This one's about just about a year old here, and then this I just brought back for my last trip to Kauai a few weeks ago, and I've got it in the ground. I got one on the other side. Oh, I forgot to show you. I do have a tropical white guava, which I forgot to point out, right over here next to in my little flower bed. But this is waking up again too. But tons of fruit last summer. I probably gave more away than I could eat. I got it cut way back because it had a lot of frost damage from the winter. Anyways, oh, and also I've been working on the last weekend. I ran some gutter down the back of my house here, and I've got picked up a couple of these barrels, and I'm going to start doing some rain harvesting to feed these some of these tropicals that are more salt sensitive. So that'll be good for those. Hopefully I get some better growth and healthier looking plants. This is a tropical pink guava, and behind it I got this little passion fruit cutting from Aaron Nelson last year. Put it in the ground before winter, and it was tiny, and it has really taken off. So that's I think a Frederick passion fruit. And then next to that, I've had this in the ground. It hasn't put much growth off in the last year and a half, but this is a Valencia Pride mango tree, but it's still green and alive, so hoping for the best with that when I start feeding it rainwater instead of this salty tap water. Some more ornamental foxtail fern and flowers here. And then this here is a strawberry guava. It's flowered 2 years in a row. I've got tons of buds on it. Anyways, it never gotten a fruit off of it. I don't know if it needs another pollinator or what, but I'm not too sure. Moving on here, I've got a Washington navel orange tree, and I just love this side of the house. I got a couple more citrus. You'll see that it smells awesome when they are all in bloom. I did have a couple little oranges. There they are, a couple little oranges growing. But everything I bought 3-gallon or smaller size when I planted it. Most of the stuff I planted between the fall of 2017 and maybe in the last year and a half, so about a good year and a half of planting. This is another passion vine. We had some heavy rains, and I don't know if I've got it in some mucky, not well draining soil, but it's still green trunk, so I'm hoping for the best there. Still some leaves hanging on. Some tropical, another bird of paradise, tropical bird of paradise, and some type of tropical lily. And then I built this dragon fruit cactus trellis, and got one that's really kicking butt and doing well. One next to it, I don't know what happened with it. Maybe too much sun or too much water or too little water. I don't know. But one of it, I haven't pulled it off of there, but it's didn't make it. Check out this loquat. So I got this at Boyce Thompson Arboretum. They took a cutting from a tree they have in the ground there, a monster tree. I had one planted in a pretty close to where this one's planted, and it did not make it. So, but this one is crazy. All this new growth it put out. Like, I mean, check out the size of these leaves are like just ginormous. So I'm looking forward to loquats too. If I can keep it alive through the summer. Coming back around on the other side of the path here. Just a bougainvillea vine. I put this shed in to keep all my fertilizer and gardening stuff and whatever else I need. Coming around the corner here, I've got Meyer lemon, and it's got tons and tons of flower buds, and it's got tons of lemons all over it. Behind that, I've got some lemongrass planted. Not doing the best. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with it, but whatever. Another hibiscus. This is an orange, pretty color flower hibiscus. It's got lots of buds. And then I've got another lemon tree. This one is a Lisbon lemon, and it's got a ton of lemons all over it. New growth and all kinds of little lemons starting. Hawaiian tea plant in a pot, which I keep it out here year round, and it does very well in the pot right up against the house. And then, let me show you up above. We got this is 2 different varieties on this trellis. Let me see if I can scoot back here and show you the whole plant. 2 different varieties of passion fruit. One's just a ornamental, and the other one is a purple possum. So it goes from top of this trellis here. Let me back up some more. So it's growing from across this trellis. I'm going back toward the main root. Across the house, I made a little trellis overhead. Across the house, and down right there where both of those are planted. Like I say, one's ornamental and one is a purple possum. Anyways, that's what I've got growing. Thanks for watching. Thanks.